Hello Mustang enthusiasts, this is Curt here, and we're going to take a look at a 2003 Mustang SVT Cobra. This is my car and I'm the original owner of it. We're going to do a brief look at it, and maybe we'll do a semi-cold start and take a peek at this car. Well, as we walk around the front of my car, you can see some of the things I changed on it. I have a tow hook and a bigger Mustang, or bigger Cobra in the grill. Yeah, I took the Mustang out, the running horse, and I put in this Cobra. I outlined it in red so it's a little more graphically outstanding and not just plain. It brings it out, match the horse. And here you can see I've got the air ducts connected. You can see the tube in the background, and the car is looking pretty nice. Nice sonic blue paint, and you can see here I've got the optional chrome wheels, and inside you can see the Cobra R brake 4-piston Brembos I installed some years back. And moving on, you can see the side of the car a little better. You can see the color and the depth of it. Sonic blue is just a nice color. It's one of my favorite colors. And it's not, I ordered this car that way, and I like it. And here you can see the diffuser I built for it, and the exhaust tips, which are it's a MagnaFlow exhaust with MRT exhaust tips on it, rolled stainless. I thought they were pretty nice. I like the looks of them. They fit well in there. And here you can see the back of my car. I changed out the SVT emblem to a 10th anniversary SVT emblem because it was the 10th anniversary of SVT, even though my car is not an 10th anniversary car. Here you can see my SVT Cobra Terminator license plate frame, along with my Rapid City license plate, or South Dakota license plate rather. You can barely make it out, but that's what it is. And now you're going to see the graphic that I had hand lettered on there. This is my logo for my business cards and whatnot, and I thought they did a good job on it. Otherwise, the back end is pretty much standard 03 Cobra. Pretty soon, if I move my camera down, you're going to see the Cobra lettering. I had it hand outlined by a man that does graphics on cars and pinstriping. He hand lettered it in a kind of a gray that matches the seat interior, the inserts in the seat, and I think it looks pretty good. I've had that a long time already. Okay, here we're going to walk around to the other side of the car. You'll see some participation stickers here from some of my track days at Willow Springs, and you'll notice the Carroll Shelby graphic on there. It's a CS, which happens to be my initial as well. Kind of an interesting coincidence, I guess. Now we're going to go back to the front of the car, and we're going to take a look at how I modified the air vents here. I took out every third bar so I could get more airflow out of it, and I did that, and it was a low-cost modification. I'm all about doing low-cost modifications. I think it turned out well. Didn't cost anything. Here you can see wipers are off. I don't need them out here in Utah. We're in the desert, doesn't rain. I do have the original wipers, who have the wipers that have the airfoil on them. And they look just like brand new as well. Those things are hard to come by now. And I suspect if you could find them, they'd be expensive. Now we're going to look at the inside of the car here, and you will see pretty much a standard SVT Cobra from 2003. Now you can see some of the gauges I have in here. Normal Cobra instrument cluster. I've got a Ford Racing temp gauge in a pod right up front. Try to keep an eye on the temp as I'm on the track. It can get pretty warm. And usually when I'm at Willow, it can be, 80, 90, 100 degrees sometimes. And here I've got a couple more Ford Racing gauges, a boost gauge, and a voltmeter, and then a shift light. And you'll see just more of the interior here. I have the original radio in. Didn't take that out. When you drive this car, rarely do I listen to the radio, only on long trips. And you can see I have a plate with my build date and number on it and my name. And then up on the headliner, they had a little map pocket or sunglass pocket. I just have my garage door hanging on there. It's kind of a handy little thing. And of course the Mach stereo tweeter up on the side. There's my shift knob that my sons gave me for, I think it was Father's Day. Had it for years. I like the round, smooth knob. Fits my hand comfortably. Standard Cobra steering wheel. Nothing fancy. Everything works. Cruise works. Okay, we're going to pop the hood and take a look underneath, and we'll show you the engine and some of the things I've done under the hood. There you can see it. It's pretty much normal looking 2003 Cobra engine compartment. You'll notice a few of the things I did just by a quick scan here. I got a cold air intake. And the Powered by Ford coil covers, which are from a 05, 06 Ford GT. I hand lettered the letters in there myself, and that turned out well. I like that. And there you can see the Maximum Motorsports caster camber plates, as well as the Maximum Motorsports strut tower brace. I do have a pulley on this car, but I've adapted the cover to fit it, and the cold air, and there's a switch for my intercooler pump. I have a manual override, so I can cool the car down after a track session. It works really well. Come off the track, turn the switch on, let her cool. There's a Steve Saleen autograph. We were at a Steve Saleen car show in California at his shop, and I won first place in the 03-04 Cobra class, and he signed that for me. Thought it was pretty nice of him. Just an overview of the car. You can see how I cut the hood insulation open. More airflow again. Flow. And my lovely wife painted the Cobra script on here many years ago. It's hard for me to imagine this car is 20 years old. I think I said that already, but we still have fun with the car. Actually, this May, I was at Willow with this car, and I set my personal best lap there, a 1:34, 1 minute 34 seconds, and for me that was pretty incredible actually. I've got Nitto NT 555s on here, and those tires are my street tires. and they work well. They're not as grippy as my track tires, which we'll look at after a bit here. But I guess you get the idea. Original owner, nice car, not a lot of gadgets on it, just a real driver's car. Fun, it handles well, plenty of power, stops really well. I can go out at Willow lap after lap after lap and never any brake fade. It's got Ferdado brake pads on the front, and those are made in Italy. You know, a lot of Formula One teams used to use those. I don't know if they still do, but they did at one time. But they're really nice brake pads. They seem to last well. They don't heat fade at all. I can just drive this car as hard as I want. So that pretty much gives you an idea of what we've got here. Not much else to say. It's a basic Cobra. And I think what we'll do next is we'll maybe do a start. You can hear it run. And I'm going to go and show you a couple of things. We'll look at my race tires, and we'll also look at some documentation, the window sticker, and then on another video we're going to go for a drive in this car. It would be a lot of fun. What would a car be? There you heard the rumble. It isn't extremely loud, but it has a nice sound, and it's not annoying if you drive on the road. My wife and I take this car and we go for rides out in the roads here in southern Utah. Such a beautiful place to go. And you get out in the back roads, it's just amazing. And that wasn't exactly a cold start, but it wasn't a hot start either. It's about 90 degrees here today. A little bit overcast, so the car is not ice cold, but it's not warm either. That's why I took it a little bit easy on the revs there. All right, we're going to get on to the other part. We'll look at the tires first, and then we'll go and look at some documentation. Okay, here's my track tires. These are Nitto NT01s. They have a treadwear rating of 100. And you can see these have quite a few track sessions on them, but they still look pretty good. They're not down on the wear marks yet. You can see how they get peeled off here. I rotate them. I use the same size tires, front, rear, left, right. These are not directional, so you can move them. So it gives you a good idea how sticky they are. And it's amazing how fast you can go. Really is amazing. Car is impressive on the track. First of all, we're going to look at the window sticker here. And this is another mind boggler, but you got to remember it's 20 years ago. But look at the base price, or the window sticker MSRP on this. $34,750. That also includes a gas guzzler tax of $1,000. Think about that in today's world. I know everything has gone crazy, but pretty interesting. I bought this car in Wisconsin from a SVT Ford dealer that was not the dealership I worked at, but you had to be an SVT dealer to sell them, obviously, and Our dealership wasn't that. So I bought that, and my goal was to buy a SVT Cobra and not pay above window sticker. And actually, Ford had a program. It was an employee purchase program for technicians at dealerships, and it was a pretty good deal. But SVT vehicles were exempt from that policy. But I knew that other dealer a little bit, and I knew the sales manager through the SVT OA club. If anybody's familiar with that, Ford had that club going. It was for all SVT owners and other Ford vehicle owners too. That club ceased to exist some years ago, but I managed to buy this car from the dealer. It was being shipped, and I managed to buy this car for that discount. So I think I paid about $32,000 some for this car, if I remember right. All right, here is the Special Vehicle Team certification. My car was built 9/25/02. It's number 3291 of 8,394 cars in 2003. Now I looked some of this up, and out of all of that, Sonic Blue cars, which is what mine is, paint code SN, there were 1,052 Sonic Blue Terminators built. And there were 8,394 coupes built and 5,082 convertibles. With a total of 2003 coupes convertibles was 13,476. And in 2004, there were only 5,644 cars built, period. So, not too bad. These cars were no slouches either. A lot of magazines tested them. They'd run 1290s, somewhere between 112, 113, 14 miles an hour, which was really good for the day. I mean, you look now on the new Mustangs and the 5-liter cars, you know, those things are fast, and especially with the automatic, oh my gosh, they are in 11 seconds, and pretty cool that they are that quick. But they're also twice the money. I guess it's all part of the world, and you can see the difference in a lot of the things that are happening these days compared to back then. But still, pretty good car. And the SVT Cobras have quite a following. They really set a standard back in the day. A lot of people have no idea when you look at today and then you look back. But in 2003, this was a trend-setting car. Very fast, handled well, looked pretty good, and drove really well. So had a lot of power for its time and cornered well. Really nice situation. Not sorry I had it. I've had so many cars over my life that I should have kept. And I always say, well, I need the next thing. It's like all of us do. Need the next car, need this, I need that. It's got to be faster. I don't know. But I've kind of gotten over that. Not that I don't want a new car, I do, but they're so expensive, and I think right now is not the time. I'll just wait a little bit yet. And would be nice to get a new GT350 or a used one that's low mileage. They're out there, but they're a little too expensive right now. I just am so happy I didn't cave in and sell this car, because I've done that so much. I've sold so many cars, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't want to get off track too bad here. It's easy for me to go on, but I will do another video and we'll go for a ride. We'll also talk about my test ride in another Sonic Blue Cobra that was an engineering mule, and it was an incredible ride. So that was before they were out, and there's some really good stories there. So we'll talk about that later. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, enjoy your cars and have fun with them. That's what we need to do. Everybody's a little bit different. Some people, they like to do car shows, fine. Some people like to go and drag race, wonderful. I used to do that. I got a lot of pictures I should show you too. But when I started doing track racing, to me that was the best thing ever. And here is a photo of me this year at Willow Springs. And you can see behind me is a old Taurus NASCAR and another GT350, a newer one. So you can see we're competitive. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please press the like button. God bless you and have a wonderful day. It's been a pleasure making this video.